what we call the hilum. The hilum technically is the umbilicus of any organ in the body. You're going to have a hilum for the kidney. You have a hilum for the lungs. You have a hilum for the whole body, which is the umbilicus. Okay? This is the hilum. This is where the whole thingy is attached from. Okay? So if you hold any hilum, the structures of the hilum, you can do the kidney, okay? So you know what a hilum is. It's the navel technically. Okay? That's the real word, the pronunciation or the real translation of the word umbilicus or hilum. You can say hilum, sometimes you can say hilus. It is okay. Now we can see what do you see in hilus. In any organ, you're going to see an artery and a vein. In the hilum, that is an artery and a vein that supply the organ, take the blood from it, okay? And the structure that's supposed to be there, okay? So in the lungs, you're supposed to have what? A bronchus, okay? In the kidney, you're supposed to have what? A ureter. Yes? In the spleen, you're supposed to have what? Artery and vein, and there is a hilum of the spleen as well, okay? But the spleen is a lymphoid organ, so you don't have a third structure, okay? But technically, it's the umbilicus of the organ that gives it its blood supply mainly, and nerve supply also, okay? So we see the ureter here, which is very clear because it is a muscular organ, okay? And remember, muscular organs always retain their shape, okay? Because as soon as the urine hits the first part of the ureter, okay, boom, 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 peristaltic movements, they send the urine, hello, don't tickle anybody, please, and get to the first part of the ureter, and from there, the urine is milked towards the urinary bladder, okay? Now, obviously, we need to see here some connective tissue, and we go out to see also if there is an artery and a vein, okay? So this is the vein, and you can see the renal vein, very clear, okay? This is a thin wall, yes, squished, okay? You can squish it, you can squeeze it, okay? It doesn't retain its shape, so this is the renal vein, okay? That's taking the blood away from the kidney, okay? So here's the renal vein. And here is the renal, here is the ureter, okay? And I think I can see with my little eyes. Nothing. Nothing, honey. This is fat in the hilum, okay? You should see the renal artery here. But you have to dig for it because it's as big as the vein. And this is a branch of the aorta, obviously, of the descending aorta. We're going to see all this when we dissect the piglets. So here is the artery. Here is the renal artery. On the side, it's not as thick. Here's the renal artery, okay? Right? It's a little thin.
That's the ureter?
This is the ureter, this one.
And that's the,
Okay? That's the biggest structure. Takes the, exactly, goes to the, takes the urine out of this whole humongous structure there.
How do you know if it's a right or left kidney?
Mm-hmm. You cannot know from the outside when it's separated, but you can see from the anatomy that the right kidney is lower than the left kidney because of the presence of the liver. Okay, so the liver technically pushes down a little bit. Okay? All right, now we're going to open up the kidney and see what's going on inside. Okay? So we're going to butterfly the kidney. And then put some salt and pepper and olive oil, and we're going to fry it for a few minutes. It's delicious, by the way.
You've done that?
Oh yeah, many times.
A lot of people eat kidney.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's not like abnormal.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I need to get out then.
All right, it's a piece of cake. All right.
It's not good though.
All right. Well,
It's not good though.
now when you open the kidney, you see two major structures here. You see the cortex of the kidney.
Your parents.
Okay?
Yeah.
And if you have the cortex, you have to see the medulla. Yes? But usually we don't use the word medulla in the kidney. Okay? So, but what we do is to identify the structure in the medulla, right? But the cortex, because it's cortex, there's nothing else in it. That's why we call it the cortex. Okay? So, here is what you see in the medulla of the kidney. The most important structure is the renal pyramid. So you see the pyramid looks like a triangular shaped structure. You have a base, you have a tip. A base and a tip. Okay? A base and a tip. Yes? A base and a tip. Right? So think about the pyramid of the kidney is like it's not flat. It's not two dimensions. It's like a cone. Okay? So it goes like this, takes the urine, collecting ducts, okay? And then it opens up, it drips the urine into a cup. Okay? That cup is called the minor calyx. All right? So we have the tip of the pyramid, and it goes into the cup or the calyx. Okay? The minor calyx. The first calyx that takes the urine from the pyramid is the minor calyx. Okay? Bill, don't confuse me. Thank you. Now, what is that tip called of the pyramid? It is called the renal papilla. Because you know what papilla means. Yes? It looks like a little nipple. So this is the renal papilla. Okay? Now, the renal papilla, as said, opens into the minor calyx. A couple of minor calyces together make up a major calyx. So if you look closer, okay, you will see minor calyx, these two together make up a major calyx.
Yeah, one more time.
Yeah, can you look that real quick?
Minor calyx. This is a major calyx. Alrighty?
Can you look this? Oh, okay.
Alright? Minor calyx. The minor calyx always, here, minor calyx always is where the tip of the pyramid is. Okay? So minor, major. Okay? When you combine these two together, makes up a major. So there's one major, there is two major, there are three major, and there are a multitude of minor. Okay? And it's not in one level only, in one plane only. It's 3D. So technically, you will see that the calyces go like this on both sides. Okay? So there's the calyx here and the pyramid here. And the calyx here and the pyramid here. All over, it's like a globe. Okay? But it's a little flattened. All right? So wherever you cut here, you will see the medulla and you'll see the same concoction. But you'll see 3 dimensions only. 2 dimensions only. Got it?
So two minors make one major?
Not necessarily. It depends. Okay? It depends on the shape. And each kidney size is different. But that's the concept. Okay? So when you look at them, you see it's like a branches. Right? So this is a minor, this is a minor, this is a minor, this is a minor, and this whole thingy is major.
Okay.
Got it? Yes? Okay. So these are, and then when the major calyces combine together, they make up the renal pelvis. And the renal pelvis opens up into the ureter, and the ureter takes the urine to the urinary bladder. Here's the ureter right there. I don't want to cut it. Here. See? It's coming from here. You see? Here's the ureter. Very thick structure. Okay? make you happy. Yeah. That's the ureter. Okay. Alrighty. And what's in between the pyramids is called the renal column. Okay? Water. You need water. Renal column. Alright? Let's do it again. Ureter. Renal vein. Renal artery. Artery. Vein. Ureter. Cortex of the kidney. Renal pyramids, the dark ones. Renal papilla, the tip of the pyramid that goes into a cup-like structure that we call the calyx. And the first encounter, I said, is the minor calyx. I'm playing with the minor calyx. It's a minor calyx. Okay, it's a minor calyx. It's a minor calyx. Is a minor calyx. Minor calyx. Got it?
And it's the
Minor
part,
calyx.
right?
No, it's the tightest part. Okay? The minor calyx. The whole thing is the major calyx. Alright?
Oh.
And then it boils down into the renal pelvis. From there into the ureter. Renal columns are in between. And I said this is the papilla. Papilla, renal papilla.
The tip.
Yes, the tip, the one that opens up into the glass of water or urine or whatever. The calyx, all right? Wow. I'm using a nice word. Any questions or concerns about the kidney? Okay, wash your hands please, make it fast.